Hello and welcome, my friends. Today we are going to have some fun. And by fun, I mean we are going to integrate something. SMAX and Operation Bridge Manager, OBM. Why is it fun? Well, for several reasons. First of all, why wouldn't it? Those are two CDFs, two ITOM platform products that are connecting to each other. And yeah, it's kind of a big deal. So some things that I already made so far, things that I prepared before I launched this video recording, just some things that takes too much time and we all know how to do them. I have imported the certificates from both of the suites into the local key store using the key tool command, which you can find everywhere on the internet. It's the same thing, key tool, import, trusted CA certs, and just give the file. And the certificate is extracted from here from the browser by just going to certificate over here. So nothing really unique about that. The only problem is that after you do this, you need to restore the suites. And it takes some time, so I did it before. Another thing that I made, I already installed the OMI connector or whatever it's called for SMAX, basically the unit that is responsible for communication between the two. It's just something that you do by double clicking and then saying next, next, next. So no procedural or choices or anything like dilemmas or anything that you need to do in order to accomplish this. So I have the procedure here and let's begin. The first thing first is just need to copy this tenant ID to someplace safe. And in this situation, I'll just put it here in the run menu. Doesn't really matter. And then next step would be to go to service portal. Oh, come on. Yep, agent interface. And apparently it's a pop-up, so I didn't need to copy it. Copy the tenant ID to a safe place. Nevertheless, so we go to, I believe it's called Mega Menu. I could be wrong, but I think it's called Mega Menu. And then here under administration, we go to integration. All right, so we are getting there. Okay, and the agent is disconnected. Okay, now we will RDP to one of the machines that hosts the agent. There we go. We hit that yes button. Never press no on that button. It will just turn on your firewall. All right, and then we will go and check for services. It's called on-premise bridge engine agent. So we say on-premise bridge agent, and then we starting it. Let's see. Now there is a bug that sometimes doesn't change the status of the agent here. And while it is connected, it still says disconnected, but we are not affected by this at all. All right, so now our agent is connected. We are going to endpoints and we say add an endpoint. Endpoint type is going to be, what was it? REST executor. REST executor 1.0. Endpoint name is going to be agent and running on agent. We could give it some other endpoint name, but that's completely fine with us. All right. Okay, and now once we have the agent and we edit it, I think we should press the configure button. Right, and we need to specify basically the OBM/OPR gateway. Now it appends the rest of it. The URL is much longer for the REST API service on the OBM server itself, but this is a containerized version, so this is why it sits on the master node of the CDF or ITOM platform, whatever you call it. But yeah, that's all you need. So the credentials are OBM and they come from the on-premise bridge connector. Basically, when you install it, you need to specify the credentials. So we just call them OBM. And to prove the point about how simple it is, we'll go and there we go. So endpoint credentials management. And there we go. It's just one simple entry over here with OBM username, and I specify the admin username for the suite itself. So yeah, that's good enough. And this is what was done so far. It's just part of the setup process. So once we picked the credentials here of OBM, it comes from the on-premise bridge, which we know now that it works. Another important part, this thing must include a slash. So once it appends the rest of the API mechanism over here, in case you forget to put the training slash, it would just populate a wrong URL. So make sure that the slash is over there. Now we go to external systems. Okay, and we click on new. Then system ID, what would be the system ID? Let's call it OBM because OBM it is, and we put a description. And then authorized user is going to be integration users. One, no, not like this, integration user. Just one of the default users. All right, so click on save. Okay, and there's the outgoing exchange operations. Now, some people say that they are not important, but I say, you know what? Um, yeah, let's still use them. All right, so we select all of them. Okay, and we say save, I think, or apply configuration first. Which was it? Yeah, no, it was apply configuration. Okay, so we click on apply configuration and we say, well, this is the type of external configuration, and we confirm, and now we save. Yeah. So this portion was not necessarily required, but yeah, we'll still do it. It's completely fine. Okay, so we have the Groovy script that we need to download from the marketplace, but I believe that I have it somewhere. Where do I have a notepad? Yeah, maybe I have it here. No, no, not in this environment. So we'll go and do it the proper way. We'll go to the market and we'll download it as it's stated. So we need to sign in, and I believe this is my username, right? And then it's going to be something among those lines. I hope I'm not mistaken about the username. Everybody should have their own password, so maybe, maybe this is the password. And you know what? I'm going to say never. Not on this computer. All right, so let's download the Groovy script. It's a fairly small script. Okay, and we'll find it in folder and extract it here. So just extract here. Okay, fantastic. So there we have version 10 and version 925. Version 10 Groovy is what we need. So we will edit it with a Notepad++. And now we need to specify several interesting things over here. So first of all, it's going to be SMA underscore tenant ID. We need to make sure that it is matching our tenant ID. So I'll go and I'll say find next. Okay, and this is completely wrong. So we'll go to our browser over here and we'll copy the whole tenant ID from the list over here. Let's verify that it's the same one. Yes. Okay. Second thing is going to be OBM. Okay, external system ID OBM because we already named it like this. OBM. BSM administrator login name is going to be integration user. Integration user. Now, why integration user? Because this is not a user that you specify in OBM. This is an internal SMAX thing. I know it doesn't look very logical, but it is what it is. So yeah, okay. And then we need to find demo exchange because it's just another parameter that's wrong. Yep. So the string service demo exchange, it should not include the word service, right? So it's going to be demo exchange like this. Okay. So we go on, we save the file as it is, we go to OBM. I believe this is where it is. Yeah. Reload the page. And now we need to go to administration, users, groups, and roles. And we need to create a new SMAX user. Although it's not super required and there is a way to get around it, but you know what, we're not going to do this part, maybe later, maybe later. So first thing first, we will go to the connected servers. Okay, we'll skip this portion because we are going to use the admin user for our connectivity, right? So we're going to connected servers and we are going to click on manage scripts button. Okay, and we are going, okay, we're going to call it SA SMAX adapter. Okay, gonna click next, and now we have the whole script. So we're gonna Control C, Control V, the whole Groovy script. And now Control A and Control V. That's our Groovy script. We can click on next and then on finish. All right, so there we have it. There's the script. Let it load just for one more second. There we go, and we can close this window. So now we will go and create an external event processing connector or connected server. We're gonna call it SMAX because why not? And the fully qualified name would be basically SMAX itself, CI type. It's going to be Service Management Manager System. Okay, and the script name, we're going to be using the one that we created. Okay, and here it goes with the username. So the username is going to be the one that we specified previously. It's going to be integration user, and we're going to use the password for this integration user. Repeat the password, it's 443, and we're going to say import the certificate. Right. So this is where you see that actually importing the certificate into the key store was not a necessary step that I done out of the scope of this video, but you didn't lose too much information because it just wasn't required. All right, so this is it. Enable synchronize and transfer control. Okay, And now the user credential specified enable an external event processor to authenticate with operations bridge manager and synchronize back external event changes. Okay, so it's going to be, oh come on, it's going to be this password that I specify here. Okay, passwords do not match. Let's check this. There we go. Okay, and then we don't have the event drill down, but we run test. And if everything is good, it should be okay for now. Let's have a look-see. All right, so far looks promising. Yeah. So basically, in order for it to update events from SMAX side, it needs to have a SMAX user created. Okay, so I'm saving the server and I'll go and create the SMAX user on OBM side. Basically, it's like an admin user that you need to manage. So we go to users, groups and roles. As you see, it's very, very fast. If you're not talking while you do it, it's just super fast. So new user is going to be SMAX, login is going to be SMAX, password is going to be the password that we specified in the connected server anyways. And we're going to say super admin because yes, SMAX user is a super admin. Okay, now it's time to test it. So if you are very perceptive, you'll find that we missed a step. Basically, the single sign-on was not configured, and the reason is because we are running two parallel IDM services on ITOM platforms, and synchronizing them to the same key and everything is a whole procedure just of itself. And frankly, I don't want to spend any time doing that. That's not part of the integration, but that's a part of any integration in the ITOM area. So dedicated video might be a more appropriate way to do it. So we don't have a cross launch or anything set up, which is completely fine. So now we'll go and transfer control of this specific event. Oh, come on, right click. That's all I asked. Uh, that's all right. Transfer control to SMAX. Yeah, the network is becoming a little bit slow. All right, fantastic. So, if I remember correctly, yep, we're going to look at the forwarding. And there it tries to open a case, and there we have it. Yes, and we have a case, and now when I click on it, it will actually open because I'm logged in as Jennifer Falcon already. But normally it would meet all kind of problems with a single sign-on. It would ask you to log in, but other than that, everything is fine. So that's a thing, and let's continue looking at it. So right now, assign user we don't know, but we also assign group service desk. So let's change that, right? And we are going to say reported by service component, urgency, total loss of service, and what else do we have? Assignment, current assignment service desk, right? Assign group. So I'm going to change it to expert group, and then I'm gonna say administrative services, just in case. And then what else? No, I think that's gonna be good enough. Where is the assigned user? I'm not very familiar with the interface, but I really want to change the user. So, owner. You know what? Falcon Jennifer, expert assignee, Falcon Jennifer, right? And we click on save. And it's saved now. Let's see if this specific area over here, all of this, if it would change once I click or refresh. And there we go. And the integration works and everything is fine. So this is how you do it. Pretty simple procedure once you understand all of the bits that are involved. Pretty difficult procedure if you consider how easier it could be in general, but enterprise software being what it is, that's just a part of it. There's like a whole profession of people figuring out this stuff, the integrators. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you like that one. Subscribe for more. I really enjoyed recording this video as well. See you in the next one.